All right, let's try this again. What's up, everybody, and welcome to another episode of the City Limits Coverage Podcast. This episode is going to be very Yankee centric, and we're going to recap the Toronto series a bit, but more so we're going to be series against the Rays. So the Yankees split 4 with the Blue Jays. They won the first two, really by the hair of their chinny chin chin. They almost blew both of those games. And then the final two games, the Yankees offense collected just 9 hits. Restream's been having issues today, so if you can't see the graphic. The Yankee offense, the top game is the third game against the Savage, and the bottom game is last night. They mustered just 9 hits. They struck out 21 times. They strike out a lot. Last night, I think they opened the night on pace to strike out 27 times. They struck out 5 times to start the game. That's not what you want. Now, the pitching staff this series wasn't bad, at all. I thought Cam Schlittler was fine. Trey Savage was a bit better. And it didn't help that the Yankee offense wasn't really putting pressure on the kid. I thought yesterday Carlos Rodon was solid. The one run he gave up in the first inning was kind of unlucky. That was the Dalton Varsho double off the third base bag. That was unlucky. And then they gave up, Camilo Duvall gave up a George Springer home run in the 8th inning, and that good night the lights. And the Yankees got shut out. And then in game 1, the Yankees had a chance in the 9th inning. They had the go-ahead, they had the winning run at the plate and the tying run on second base. So that's really all you could ask for in game 1, or in game 3 of the series. Game 4 was frustrating because they weren't hitting. They didn't really put pressure on. They don't hit with runners in scoring position as of late. And then it was like, just get to the end so we could put the Knicks on. I mean, it was a disgrace last night. Disgraceful. Jeff Hoffman lost his closer job. And you couldn't even put a base runner on against him? I mean, Bellinger smoked a ball that, of course, Guerrero gets to. I mean, it was embarrassing. And we went through a series against the Blue Jays, and Guerrero did not hit a home run. And you couldn't take 3 out of 4 against him? Guerrero pretty much did nothing in the series. There were opportunities where I thought for sure he was going deep against Bednar or Duvall in the 9th inning. I'm like, here we go. He's going to hit a back-breaking 3-run home run. It would have been 3 runs both times. Back-breaking 3-run home run. Nope, ground out. Nope, fly out, sack fly. So, in a series where Guerrero did nothing, you should have at least been able to win. They couldn't do that. Judge did nothing in the series. He's on one. He's in a slump. And when he gets into slumps like this, they aren't fun to watch. As I think we all know. When he isn't hitting, the lineup seems to not hit. Him and Ben Rice in the last 2 games of the series were a combined 1 for 8. And the one was a single that just got over the head of Ernie Clement off the bat of Ben Rice yesterday. Ernie Clement, who, thank God he's out of Yankee Stadium because I'm sick of his stupid face. I'm sick of him. Okay, apparently I wasn't listening to the radio, but Dave and Susan were gushing over him. Clement hits the luckiest home run on the planet on Monday. He's on base 3 times yesterday on what they called a double, which should have been an E5. I'm so sick of Clement. He gets to every play. They made every play for the most part in the series. I mean, you give credit where credit's due. You didn't get swept because last year in the 4-game series against them, you did. The year before you split, so I guess, you take what you can get. I want more. I definitely want more in this series. And the Yankees now today get the Rays coming in. They're going to get Jose Caballero coming back off the injured list, which is good. Jose Caballero needs to be back. I feel like the lineup misses what he brought. The lineup definitely misses, the speed element from him, the intensity that he brings. He gives pretty much a good at bat every time up. The lineup misses it and lacked it. So I'm excited to see what Caballero does coming back. I really am. And they're also getting tonight the return of the ace. Garrett Cole's back today. I cannot wait to see how he does tonight. Obviously, if people read the numbers in the rehab assignment, they weren't amazing. But you also have to remember in that rehab assignment, he wasn't trying in all of those games. Like, let's be honest here, he was not trying in those games. Sorry, I flipped the wrong audio. He wasn't trying in those games. So now what we have is we have Garrett Cole, who's going to return tonight, hopefully give 5 innings. They're not going to push him too much. He's going to be on a pitch count, but hopefully he's efficient enough to get through 5. He's going to probably give up 2 to 3 runs. And then give way to that bullpen, which, I mean, Camilo Duvall has not been great, like at all. Like, I don't know what to do with him. I assume we probably don't see Jake Bird today. He's gone 2 in a row. Right? Did he go yesterday? Yeah, I think we saw Jake Bird yesterday. I can't remember now. No, no. It was Giovanni Cruz, then Brent Hedrick, then Duvall, then Blackburn. So we probably don't see Blackburn today. Everyone else is presumably available, including David Bednar, who's now had 3 days off to recover, and he should be available if the opportunity avails itself for a save. But I think tonight's a big one for the Yankees to get. I do. You need to take this series against the Rays. And I think it starts tonight. If you win tonight, the pressure's on them to win 2 in a row, which they can do. But you're gonna need tomorrow against Ryan Weathers. And that team is probably not the best matchup for him, but we'll see. I really hope that this is a good series for the Yankees. I don't know what to think. So this is the pitching matchups for the series. Tonight it's Garrett Cole against Nick Martinez. Tomorrow it's Drew Rasmussen against Ryan Weathers. I'm just double checking on the MLB app that the Yankees have listed this as their starters because sometimes they don't always. So Cole tonight, that we know. Tomorrow they have still TBD, but I think it's Weathers. And Sunday it should be Warren. I'm gonna check the game notes. So you should be able to take 2 out of 3 against the Rays. The Rays have been unbelievably good, but the Yankees are better than them. Like, let's be real here. Who is the better team? The Yankees are. For I believe that. Yeah. Yep, I was right. Weathers Warren. That's what they have listed. That's what it is. The Yankees should be better than the Rays, and it really shouldn't even be that close, if we're going to be totally honest. But the Yankees are going to need to get back to the basics this weekend. They're going to need good outings from their starting pitchers, and they're going to need to simply just score more runs than the opponent. They struggled in Tampa partially because every ball bounced the way of Tropicana Field, which the 4-game series the Yankees have looming in July at the Trop is going to be an absolute abject nightmare. Probably like the one last year on Canada Day. That was a nightmare for the Yankees. I still think the Yankees probably win the division. I think it's actually good, though, that it have to play for. They don't just run away with it, because then the summer gets boring. I like having to chase a team and put them away. I like having meaningful matchups on May 22nd on Memorial Day weekend, which is going to be disgusting in New York. I like having meaningful matchups. Hell, I'll go this far. They might be playing a doubleheader tomorrow. I wouldn't be surprised. I don't know what the weather is down there tomorrow, but I know Sunday it's not going to be nice. And I'm sure they're not going to want to gamble the Yankees playing a day game on Monday in Kansas City. Yeah, tomorrow it's going to be 56 and rain. Yeah, tomorrow 56 and rain. Showers in the morning, then rain in the afternoon. Chance of rain 90%, and then rain in the evening. Then thunderstorms in the evening. And then Sunday, thunderstorms in the day and rain in the evening. So this is going to be a long weekend because tonight's going to be good, but I'd assume there's going to be weather delays all weekend for the Yankees. But the Yankees now need to bear down and win. This is going to be a long weekend. Spencer Jones gets sent down last night. That needed to happen. He was not ready. He was not MLB ready yet. I don't know why he wasn't MLB ready yet. He didn't hit when he was up here. He didn't hit home runs. It was time to go down. I don't like that Giovanni Cruz went down. I thought that was a wrong decision. Let me put up what he did the series in game 1. Yesterday he struggled a little bit, but I'm gonna attribute that his struggles last night to the fact that he worked 2 days in a row when he has not done that earlier. Like, this is the first time he worked 2 days in a row, and I think that's a thing. Like, he shouldn't have to work 2 days in a row because the Yankees couldn't do anything right in the offensively, and they needed someone to keep them in the game, and then they had to go to Brent Hendrick to get them out of it. It was it's just they need focus. Like, the catching position, I think, is the other thing. I wrote about this, and I told you guys I was writing about this, or I think I filed the story before last podcast. The Austin Wells, cat and JC Escara catching situation. Yet no improvements there. Like, I don't think the catching position recorded a hit this series against the Blue Jays. The catching position is just bad, and I don't know why. Like, the Yankees still believe in Austin Wells. If they believe in him, what they should do is send him down when they have another option, just to see if they can fix it. I spoke to someone yesterday, and I was told that they are going to be looking for catchers at the deadline. Like, that's on the table. I would, however, partially because of the injury and partially because the Yankees have other needs. Like, they need bullpen help. They need relief pitching at that deadline. I wouldn't expect them to go out and get Ryan Jeffers. He's hurt anyway. I wouldn't expect it. It'd be great. And if they really want to put all the chips in the table, that's who they would get. Christian Vasquez is a name that keeps coming up. Another name that keeps coming up is old friend Kyle Higashioka. If the Texas Rangers decide to sell a little bit, Higashioka could be one. That would probably be on the market, even though the bat hasn't been everything. That would probably be the most appealing option to the Yankees if the Rangers would be willing to trade him because he knows he knows Garrett Cole. He caught Rodon and Cole when he was here. Did he catch anyone in the bullpen? No. The bullpen is all new since 24. No, because Canley's gone. That bullpen that was Loizaga, Canley, Wandy, Holmes, Vasquez, Randy Vasquez, Cordero, who got suspended.
Yeah, no one in that bullpen is there anymore. My God. The whole bullpen's new, so he hasn't, but he also knows like Tanner Swanson, like he knows the catching coach and he knows Aaron Boone. And he knows the leadership on the team. The Giovanni Cruz outs are not loading on Restream, so that's something. It mentioned that there was like a issue with things today. So Higashioka, I guess, appealing a little bit. I don't know. He's had some big hits for the Yankees, or had. I don't know if that would be like the worst option ever. I'm trying to think if there's anyone in the Yankee organization now that he caught. They didn't get anyone from the Rangers or the Padres. So no. He'd be an intriguing option though because he knows everybody here. Because there hasn't been like enough coaching turnover. I mean, well, no, there have been a little bit. Like he wasn't. No, Mendoza was his bench coach. It's fun to think about, and there are other guys. And the bullpen market, it's way too soon to tell. Like way too soon. A name that John Heyman floated out there of the Post, and that has come up a couple times now. Is the Cardinals? You can call him closer. I don't think he's a closer. I think he'd be close. Riley O'Brien has had like a solid year for the Cardinals, and they've actually been, sort of watchable so far this year. The Cardinals have. So there's that. I think though, the Yankees do want to stay internal with their bullpen issues for now. They are nearing a point where that's no longer going to be acceptable because they need help. Their bullpen is a disaster. Because in a series where here's Giovanni Cruz's outs from yesterday, from 2 days ago.
Comfortable after spending a little.
Their bullpen has just been deplorable. Here we go. I'm gonna mute it. Wouldn't you like to have this in your bullpen that can strike guys out, get weak? Some of it was hard contact. Get contact and get outs. He got 6 outs on 15 pitches, which is probably why he was used yesterday. I still don't think he should have gone down. If this loads, it's trying to load still. I think he's a good reliever, and I think he'll be back up. I don't think he's going to be down forever. I think he's ineligible to come up within the next 15 days unless there's an injury. So obviously, you hope there's not an injury to that bullpen, or at least someone really, important. But this guy could be closing for them. Like if we're being real here. Here we go. Giovanni Cruz could be closing. I mean, look at that. That was Kazuma Okamoto, who they embarrassed the series. They embarrassed Okamoto. He had a great month up until this series. All of a sudden, he struck out like 10 times, and they embarrassed him. It was his Valenzuela with the kiss on his thing. Very X-rated broadcast this week from the Yes Network. Knowing some things about David Cohn's past that they obviously couldn't talk about on a broadcast. It was definitely funny because Cohn had a life. And they definitely talked about it during the broadcast. But Giovanni Cruz, the video's not going to work. Giovanni Cruz was like the bright spot of the series, I thought. And I think that the Yankees now going against the Rays this weekend just need to be back to the basics. If they score, they're going to win. The Tampa bullpen is I'm going to pull it up on Fangraphs right now. But last I looked, the Tampa bullpen has not been good. And if their bullpen isn't good, what you have to do is get to their bullpen. Your bullpen's better than theirs. Like the Yankee bullpen, we all say isn't good. Well, guess what? Okay, the Yankee bullpen is ranks number 13 in baseball in F4. In that same ranking of F4, the Rays are 21. Bullpen rankings based on ERA. The Yankee bullpen ranks ninth in ERA. Where are they? Why can't I see them? The Tampa Bay bullpen ranks 19th in ERA. Their bullpen ERA is 4.33. Your Yankee bullpen ERA is 3.45. Their bullpen ERA is almost a full run higher than yours. Their bullpen can be had. And you know what? Here you'll see. I don't know what their home road splits are in terms of pitching. I'm going to pull that up right now. But something tells me that their bullpen is worse on the road than it is at home. And we're going to pull that up right now and confirm that. But there were some balls hit in that Tampa series at the Trop off relievers or even off, Rasmussen, I think, started in that series. We saw Martinez and Rasmussen in that series. There were some balls hit in that series that was like, okay, like, all right, that would have been a home run at the stadium. Instead, it's an out. Let's see. Pitching. Pitching splits. So this is based on baseball reference. Away. Their ERA away is 3.86 compared to at home, which is 3.33. They're 14-10 on the road and 19-5 at home. So there is something to that. They are worse on the road. Now, I don't know if it's going to give me. Oh, as reliever. Um, their relief ERA, as I said, was 4.33. Their starter ERA is 3 flat. But their bullpen wins. They win a lot of games out of the bullpen. But it's not going to show me the splits of relievers on the road compared to at home. I do want to see at Tropicana Field. They are okay. The ERA at the Trop is 3.33, but then they went to Rogers Center. It was high. They went to Busch Stadium. It was extremely high. Really high in Pittsburgh. It was high at Guaranteed Rate Fields. It was low at Fenway Park though, but they don't hit. But so looking at this, the Rays' opponents have been the Orioles who stink, the Red Sox, the Cubs who are okay, the White Sox who really didn't hit them, and that's something. I think they hit them, like I said, better. Yeah, it looks like they hit them better. Yeah, they hit them better at Guaranteed Rate Field. The White Sox did. The Reds, the Guardians, and that was at Progressive Field. A 1.38 ERA at Progressive Field. They don't really hit though. The Marlins don't really hit, and that was at home. The Brewers, that was at home. The Twins, they were 5-1 against the Twins, and the Twins hit them a bit at home, a bit on the road. Obviously, the Yankees, they were 1-2 against the Pirates, and the Pirates scored against them. They were 1-2 against the Cardinals, and the Pirates scored against them. I mean, the Cards scored against them. The Blue Jays 5-1 in their first 6, but Rogers Center, they gave up more runs, aided by that grand slam. Like I said, the bullpen of theirs can be had. Like their bullpen they're not. Mariano Rivera and Jeff Hoffman aren't exactly Trevor Hoffman aren't exactly trotting out of the Tampa Bay bullpen this weekend. Like it can be had, and I think that's a big point for the Yankees is if they can just outlast whatever starters they're facing. Score a run or two off their starting pitchers, make them look human, and then get into that bullpen and just score. Just score a ton of runs. That's what they need to do. That's all they need to do. Score a ton of runs out of that bullpen. And hope that the Yankee bullpen can bear it down for a bit. And they should be able to. I mean, the Yankee bullpen should be good enough where you can get 9 to 12 outs giving up a run or two. Like, it shouldn't be a tightrope walk every day. The Rays are going to play small ball, and they're going to put the ball in play. The defense better be sharp. If that means Volpe has an error tonight and Caballero's back in there at short tomorrow, and Cabby's at third tonight and McMahon sits, fine. Fine with that. But you need your best defense on the field this weekend. This is not a weekend where they can fuck around and find out. They need to win. And they need to win big time this weekend. They need 2 out of 3. Because if they get swept, they're 7.5 games back on Memorial Day of the division. If they don't get swept, they could be same as they are now. They could be 2.5 back. I think the most they could be back is a game and a half. They could be 2.5 back. They could be 4.5 back. I think I don't know what they could be. But they just need to win. And hopefully as they get healthy, winning is what they do. I don't know though. I don't know what this team's gonna do. But I'm gonna leave it. Thank you for watching. Please subscribe to the City Limits Coverage Podcast and all of our platforms. And I'll be back probably after the Tampa series, before the day game against the Royals, depending on how Sunday shakes. If they're in, I have a barbecue Sunday, but if Sunday's fully rain delayed, hopefully they do the smart thing and do a doubleheader tomorrow and just not even play Sunday. Like, that'd be fun. So I can have they can have a day off before going to Kansas City. Because I think they need a day off. And they'll get one Thursday before heading to West Sacramento. So a tough weekend, but then a very winnable week ahead of them. So thank you for watching. Please subscribe and have a good day. Let's go Yankees.